The U.S. recovery took a hit in June if you go by two new measures that came out today. Factory orders and pending home sales, they both came in weaker than expected, and that sent stocks lower on the day. Courtney Donohoe is live at the New York Stock Exchange. Any number in particular, Courtney, that seemed to annoy investors?
Well, there were lots of numbers that seemed to annoy investors. Lots of doubts about the pace of economic recovery. That definitely weighed on stocks today. We got consumer spending, pending home sales, factory orders, all weaker than expected in June. And we've been getting a lot of disappointing economic reports lately, most of them showing that the recovery is losing momentum. But first, I want to talk about consumer spending. Unchanged in May. People, they're just worried about their jobs. They're holding on to cash. And remember, household buying accounts for about 70% of the economy. And incomes, too, that remain flat, worst showing in 9 months. And you got to keep in mind, Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke saying yesterday he was counting on a pickup in wages to boost consumer spending, but he did say that consumer spending likely to pick up in the coming quarters. In the meantime, pending home sales unexpectedly dropping for a second month. We're seeing the after effects of the expiration of the homebuyer tax credit, and factory orders fell more than twice as much as economists expected. Manufacturing led us first out of the depths of the recession, and the downshift definitely concerning investors.
Courtney, not only was the economic news worse than many had expected, but we got some disappointing earnings reports, and that played also into today's trading.
Yeah, we definitely got that, too. Procter & Gamble forecasting first quarter profit that fell short of expectations. Seems consumers, they're switching more to generic products as they try to hold on to more of that cash. Dow Chemical also posting earnings that missed expectations. Two plants unexpectedly shut, and wet weather in the U.S., cold weather in Europe cut into crop chemical demand. In the meantime, oilfield services company Baker Hughes reporting lower earnings than expected. Investment returns in Latin America and Africa falling short of the company's expectations. And we also saw some of the largest mortgage insurers drop today, and that's after Radian reported a wider loss than expected. But we did get one bright spot, and that's Pfizer reporting better than expected earnings. The new drugs that it got from the Wyeth acquisition, that's definitely helping, and we saw healthcare companies move higher on that. And the drug maker also saying today, Pimm, that it's looking for more acquisitions worth as much as several $billions.
Now, Courtney, automobile sales, the numbers were out today, the big three all trailing estimates.
Yeah, they definitely did. But we got to keep in mind that GM and Chrysler, they managed to see sales gains. Ford was flat for the month. But we just got the final tally, and sales reaching the highest level of 2010 now that all these numbers are tallied up. And we're coming back, though, from a very low point, the 30-year low that we saw back in 2009. But by the way, Pimm, Toyota and Nissan, the only major automakers to exceed estimates.
All right, I want to thank you very much, Courtney Donohoe, reporting from the New York Stock Exchange.